Okay, in this lecture we're going to be talking about the count and CountA functions. And we'll actually also look at the countBlank function. And basically what these functions do is they just count up the number of entries in a range of cells and return back a total. So let's take a look at an example. And of course I've cleaned up our spreadsheet again here so that it basically just includes the monthly commissions. And I've added a couple of totals here that we want the number of active reps. So for instance, if Bob is out on accounting, we want to count just the reps that are actively selling, and then we want to just count the total reps so that it'll count all the reps that are actively selling as well as anyone who's not. So the first thing we're going to do is go into active reps, and we're going to use our count function. So we start with our equal sign, we go up and find our count function, and you can see it's automatically selecting all the cells above the cell we're looking for, but we don't want the total cell. So we're going to actually change this to these cells, right? Just with our sales reps. And then we're also going to highlight that and press F4 to make those an absolute cell reference, so that when I copy this formula down, it's going to stay attached to cells B2 through B6. And then I click OK. And it brings us back a number of 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 active reps. And the reason it does that is because the count function is only counting the cells that have numbers in them. It doesn't count the cells that have text values. So we'll copy this formula down, and then we'll go into it and we're going to change it to be CountA. So we'll add an A, and we'll hit enter, and you can see the difference here. Well, first of all, because we used our absolute cell references, it kept the same cell references rather than dropping it down one level. But the difference that CountA makes is that it's going to count all of the cells that have an entry at all. So it counts 5, and that gives us our total reps, including Bob, who is in accounting. Now, if we were to delete this, you'll notice that it changes to, our total reps change to 4 because we don't have any entries in here at all. And again, CountA will count any cell within our range that has any sort of text or number in it. But if it doesn't have anything, then it's not going to count it. So it's important to know what sort of data or how you need to have your data formatted within your spreadsheet so that it gives you the desired outcome in your spreadsheet. Okay, now let me show you one more, which is CountBlank. And I'm just going to call this one blanks, and we're going to go equal sign, of course, start typing it in, and it brings up CountBlank. Double click that, of course, and we're going to highlight all of the same range. And the purpose of CountBlank is that it's actually going to count the number of blank cells in a given range. So if you have a huge list of sales reps, and for instance, they are responsible for entering their own commission numbers on a shared spreadsheet, but someone or many people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're leaving it blank, you could use this function to do a search to find out how many people are not entering their data into the spreadsheet. So this counts our range of cells, and it sees that there's one blank cell, and it returns us a value of 1. Now if we go back and we add the accounting word back in here again, you'll see that everything changes again. So we have 4 active reps. Those are the ones with numerical entries, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 total reps. That includes all entries, numerical or text, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 0 blanks. Obviously there are no blanks. So that's how you use the count, CountA, and CountBlank functions to count various items in a given range of cells.